Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas day 11 already. I can't remember, can't believe we're past day 10. This little monkey, somebody is awake. Number 11, yes. I just told him we're going to do the calendars. He did wake up last night. He fell asleep in the car and he woke up. He did the last of the night on the couch, but he slept for a long time and he's so much happier. Are you happy, Alfie? What do number 11? Yes? Yeah. Going in school. The Tesco shopping is coming in about, well, it's 25 past 9 and it's coming between 10 and 11. I'm doing well today. I'm feeling so much better than yesterday. Yesterday was just, I think it's just the thought of everything. I was just, anxiety sucks, basically. That's how to sum up the day. So I need to clean, I want to clean the floors in here. So I've removed all the throws. They are in the wash because Alfie had a cold and he's doing much better. His nose, I did not have to wipe his nose once this morning, and I plastered him with cream on his face yesterday when he was asleep. And this is a cream I get in France and it works wonders. Funny thing about it, when we were small, it's a very sticky cream. It's almost like the texture of Vaseline, but it's not. It's a homeopathic thing. And when we were small, every time we had the tiniest thing, everything, my mom was telling us, just take that cream and put it on. And we now still joke about it, like every time we have anything at all, we just say use that cream. I am now that mom who uses it for everything, and I can say it clears up stuff like that very well. So it still has a dry bit on the top of the lip and the bottom. His cheek was so bad yesterday and it's so much better today. But because he had the cold and he's getting better, I basically want to get the germs out of the house. He hates to get his nose wiped. So he was using anything he could find to wipe his nose. So blankets have potentially been wiping noses. So I just want to clean everything I can. So I'm going to use a disinfectant spray on all the house surfaces and I'm going to wash the couch covers as well. But I'm going to wait another day. But I want to clean the floor because I haven't been able to mop the floor properly in the past week or so. So I'm going to tidy up first. My goal is to do the living room before the shopping arrives. The kitchen is almost all tidy. I want to mop the floor as well, but I'll wait until after the shopping because usually the delivery man has been in loads of places and it's wet outside, and I know there will be footprints from wet shoes and it won't have time to dry on time. So I'll do that after the shopping delivery. But I'm feeling in a much more positive mood today. I feel like I think because of making the decision last night to close the shop a bit earlier, now that I've woken up knowing that if I only have to do whatever orders I get today, and if I don't get any, that's me done with that, and I can put that fully out of my head for now and just get on with the rest of the stuff. I'm hoping James does get the days off next week, hopefully. But yes, I still have a lot to do today, but it's achievable. So let's get this living room tidy. I'm going to show you a before. A lovely plate with a nappy I just changed, and there's it's not too bad. It's just toys everywhere, and well, everywhere. It can be a lot worse. It's actually pretty good, but yes. And the living room is done. I'm going to let it dry and just get a breakfast now. Shopping came. And this looks like so much more, but it's because I have all the baking stuff as well. And everything was there apart from tissues that were substituted. But you know what? Tissues are tissues. They will do. As long as they can wipe a nose, they will be fine. But at least I don't have to go and run to find baking ingredients and all that. I am so glad. Look what I just found in one of my carrier bags. Ugh. One of the things I hate the most. I don't know how to do. I hate slugs so much. They are disgusting, and they are messy. And this is one of the carrier bags from Sainsbury's. You know, it's not a small bag. Look at the size of this disgusting thing. Why do slugs even exist? We are away. Eiko is going to stay at the cattery, so I've bought some kitten food But 3 bags. I have more upstairs, up there. I might put 4. She won't go through 4 in the time we're away, but I'd rather provide more than yes. And then we need to send her bed and her. She saw the slug and she's looking at it through the window. A bed, some toys, different things. But we'll be dropping her off there the day before we leave and picking her up the day after we come back. So I'm going to start preparing a bag. I'm going to get to that stage now. I'm going to start having baskets and bags to start the packing process. This is all the baking stuff. Usually what I do, I'm going to be doing a lot of baking. This is almost all going to be used up in the next week. So instead of trying desperately to find room in my cupboards, I never have that much in there. I usually take a big reusable bag like this one, which is why I was going to the bags, and I put everything in, and every time I'm starting baking I bring the bag in and put it back in the utility room after, just so it's out of the way. So yeah, and then we have enough nappies. In France you cannot find at a decent price the size 8 nappies from Pampers, so I have got some to bring with us. I already had 2 packets there to have enough for when we come back, and half a packet here, but they are hard to get because they're only starting now, so I thought I'll order them again. So we have enough now to go to France, enough for until we go to France, and enough for when we come back and before we need to get more. So we're good for nappies. Shopping is all the way. I'm going to make something with that. I'll come to that in a minute. I have my little list there, which has been expanding as I need to realize I need to get stuff done. I'm going to do a bit of meal prep. I have 40 minutes before I need to get Alfie. So I have some mince I need to use up. I'm going to cook that, and I'm going to make some rice with it and some green beans. And I'm going to make a quiche because I need to use up pastry thing and some lardons as well. So that's perfect for a quiche. And then we can, over the next few days, and at least I won't have to worry about cooking dinner, just to reheat it. So yes, and then I also need to finish. I have a last load of laundry that I need to fold, and yes, then I'll go and get Alfie. Probably won't have time to do all of this before I pick him up, actually. We shall see. But the one thing for sure, I'm going to listen to some Christmas music and do this, and it's going to be great. I have my mince and green bean stir fry. I have some rice to go with it here. I have a quiche I've just put in the oven, and this is all what I need to bring to the bin. And I have 10 minutes before I need to go, so I'm going to quickly fold that last load of laundry and then off to get Alfie. So we're back home. It's 1 o'clock. There's been a lot happening over the past hour and a half. So I picked Alfie up, and when I came he was in the sensory room with one of the assistants, and the teacher came to speak to me, and she explained to me they had a rehearsal again for the play today. The routine is really upset, and he's struggling to cope with the fact that things don't happen the way they should, and basically refused to go into the hall to rehearse, then refused to get out of another classroom, had a massive meltdown, and took half an hour for them to calm him down. At least they are dealing with it. They used to phone me every time he started to have a meltdown because they were panicking, and now that they know how they work and that they are passing, they are doing their best at handling them. When I picked him up, the teacher explained to me that she was starting to wonder, was it a good idea for him to do the play at all? And even though I absolutely understand where she's coming from, my mommy heart is like, oh, it just really stings. It's one of those moments where it's like a very tough reminder that he's not like every other little boy. What? You want Blaze? No. Not Blaze. What do you want? What do you want? No, not Blaze. But you tell me, what do you want? Tiny trucks?
No. Dora.
Dora? Do you want the big Dora or the small Dora?
The Dora.
The big Dora.
No, Dora.
Small Dora?
Uh-huh.
Small Dora is the normal Dora the Explorer, and big Dora is Dora and Friends in the City. This small Dora?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so tomorrow they have another rehearsal. I've asked the teacher, would she mind putting him beside his best friend. He has one friend and he's so attached to him. It's like he's like a safety thing for him. Which one do you want? It's a space one, Alfie?
No.
Potato one?
No.
The robot?
No. Space.
Space, okay. Calm down. So anyway, I've asked the teacher, could she try sitting him on the bench beside his friends, so maybe that would help. And to see. The problem is that if he has a meltdown in the middle of the show, oh, he's so noisy. Hold on, I'll get him all sorted and then I'll... So, I was saying, if he has a meltdown, so the plan originally was to sit him at the end of one bench, so then if he needs to get out, it's easy to get him out and have an assistant there. The problem is that if he ends up having a meltdown, they are not meant to lift children at all. Because of his special needs, they have to sometimes, but she's not very comfortable with that happening in front of a crowd of parents. So then we thought maybe if I was nearby and I could lift him if anything was going wrong, and have like I'll be close to a door and have a plan to get out. So she wanted to have a plan in place. But the problem is that there's no way to know how it's going to go. There's no way to plan for every eventuality in that situation. So tomorrow they're going to give it another go to try it. And if tomorrow it doesn't work, then on Thursday he will not go to school and he will not do the play. And as much as it hurts me, I know I would not enjoy the play if he was distressed there. It's pointless, you know. It's not. There's a moment when I need to put my feelings aside and think of what's going to work for him, because there's no sense in him having a massive meltdown. I will feel so stressed out if it happens and there's all those other parents watching and it compromises the way the play is running, because obviously the other children would turn around and all that. So we'll decide tomorrow, but it's just another one of those things where it reminds me really that yeah, he's just not like every other little boy, and that he has more difficulties with certain things. So as much as I embrace everything about it, there are those times where it really stings. So that's that. And then I got a phone call, so we went to then bring all the paperwork for James's driving license to the GP, and we went to collect an order next with the frames to make the frames for my grannies. And I got a phone call from the garage about James's car, and basically we noticed that it was a bit hard to start up, and we thought it's been sitting there for a while and it's an older car, and in fact it's the clutch that's going. So from experience, I don't know if you remember, but in February last year I blew the clutch on my car while I was driving back from a trip to London, and I ended up stranded on the motorway with a black smoke coming out of my car. So I know what happens when you just push it, when it starts to go like this and you still push and then blows. I know what happens. So thankfully James's car is a smaller car than mine, and it's an older part. It's an older car as well, so the part itself is cheaper. Like mine ended up all in to replace my clutch because of the type of car I have and the amount of damage around it that it caused. It costed me £1,000 last year, which was tough. But there it should be a couple of £100 for James's car, so it's quite a big difference. We have the MOT on Saturday and they know that, so they are gonna do it. They've ordered the clutch already and they are gonna do it in the next couple of days, and then they'll give me a call when it's ready, but it will be ready for Saturday. I'm very glad now that we had kept money aside for this car just in case, especially just before Christmas. But yeah, so that was really unexpected, but to be honest, I thought we were getting away with very little things to fix after the car sitting there for so long, and I thought it's almost too good to be true. Well, it was, but anyway, it's, you know, it's one of those things that needs to be replaced now, and then, but at least after that we'll have a new clutch that will be us going for a while. So there's that. So it means I don't need to go and pick up the car and all that today, so that's one less thing to do. I will have to fit that in on another day, but that's okay. I'll work around it. But yeah, it's just one of those, like the last hour and a half was a bit of like slap in your face, a little punch, like, but it's okay. It's nothing too bad. I need to kind of think that it's things that there's nothing bad really. It's not that bad. Yeah, and the one let it get to me is pointless. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow what happens for Alfie, and the car needs fixed anyway. It's what's going to happen at some point anyway. At least it will be done, and we start. It doesn't compromise the fact that the car will go to the MOT on Saturday, and at least it will be going for. It would have needed done right after anyway, so at least it will be all done, and we don't have to deal with that in the new year. We are off to swimming,
Okay.
and I have to say I cannot wait
Okay.
for today to be done and rest a bit tonight.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Open what? Get your coat. Coat. Oh my god, Alfie is a monster right now. Alfie, you need a coat. So it's now 9:30 and I may have fallen asleep on the couch. I am gonna go. The shop is closed. I have one order that came in today that I need to finish. And then I'm going to start my baking process for this weekend. I'm making some lemon and almond biscuits, and the dough needs to rest in the fridge, and once it's made and rolled up, then I just need to slice it. It can stay in the fridge for a few days, so I'm gonna make all the dough and have it in the fridge, so whenever it's time we'll have a moment to bake it. At least the dough will already be made and I can just do that, and then I'll probably get an early-ish night, although by the time I've done my order and made the dough, it probably will be closer to midnight. But Alfie is still playing in his room upstairs with James. The good news though is that James got Monday and Tuesday off, so I can take some of the pressure off, and I'm so relieved. My orders are done and I'm now doing, so this is what I got. I got the shortbread I showed you before for my grannies, and I got them each like 2 frames, and I've put like one of our family pictures, and this is Alfie's school picture. Owen doesn't get a school picture, they only do it in the first year of primary school and the last year of primary school, but Alfie got his this year, so they both get the same, but one has white frames and one has grey, light grey frames. The only thing is that this is glass, so I always keep bubble wrap when I get it in like orders and stuff to reuse, and I'm very glad I have a fair amount, because I think I'm going to fill all this first with bubble wrap and then wrap it all in bubble wrap again and again, and then wrap it. I'll show you at the end when it's done. I finished the presents. I was gonna go and do the dough for some of the biscuits, but it is now 11:15 already, so I'm not gonna do it now. It's just gonna take too long. So instead I've chopped up the last of my last 2 pairs I got, and I am going to edit the vlog you're currently watching, which will go live tomorrow. So then that's nothing I won't have to do tomorrow, and instead tomorrow night, once we're back from dance class and we've picked James up, I will get started on the baking then, because I'll have more time, and dinner is already ready for tomorrow, so it's good. I am so relieved James is off Monday and Tuesday. I can't tell you how much, and potentially he will have his car running there. They did phone me before I went to pick James up to say it was ready. They did it all the job and managed to get the pieces, the parts missing for the clutch in the one day. I'm very impressed, and it didn't cost like, well, it costed a fair amount, but considering how much it costed to change the clutch on my car earlier in the year, it was a pretty good price for all the work they've done plus the clutch. So I am very pleased, and tomorrow I am going to go, and during the day I'm going to go and pay for what we owe them and collect the key, but we're going to leave it parked in front of their garage, and in the evening, once I've picked James up, we'll go and collect it. But hopefully that will be it with getting the car back to normal, and on Saturday we'll drive it back home. On Saturday James can drive it to the MOT center. I think it passes the MOT, we can finally get the tax done on it, and yes, it'll be the end of a 1.5 years of very great difficulties. So gonna have my pair, gonna edit, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye!